Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 50 of Guess the Trade. I guess it's the big 5-0, kind of a milestone episode. But before we jump into that, let's talk about episode 49, where we looked at Flatland Woodsman's loadout. He had a TPLC along with the MP1X, some really nice tools that we took a look at. Well, what was it that he did with those tools? He said that he was an I&E technician for a natural gas plant. So that's what he did with those tools. He kind of has some specifics in his comment of some of the things that he took on in his role. But I appreciate you sending those in. Really great loadout. Nice to be able to take a look at those. Well, today we're only going to look at one person as well. It's Joseph Sias. He has kind of parts of his van loadout, also Packout drawers we're going to look at, along with his Vito TPLD that we're going to take a look at. So some really great things in there. Again, the goal behind this is we're going to look at his tools, see if we can guess what it is that he does with those tools. I think his trade is going to be blatantly obvious to all of us as far as like the main thing. So maybe we need to dive in on some specifics with that. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools and see if we can guess what it is that he does. So we'll start out again. We're at the side of his van. This is probably his most grabbed stuff. He's got a Packout crate right there, along with his TPLD that we'll see in a little bit. Vito hose hauler bag, along with also some Milwaukee Packout, a first aid kit, and then that set that holds your drill and impact as far as the wall mount stuff. Also has some hoses over there to the side. Also a tank over there. Again, I think you're going to think it's pretty obvious as far as what line of work he's in. Maybe, again, we can guess maybe some sort of specific thing. Here's a front view of that hose hauler bag. I think that's fairly new from Vito, so that's something that just recently, kind of came out not too long ago. We're going to see that first before we get into his bag. So in case you are in his field and you've been curious about this hose hauler bag, this is how he's using it. Got several hoses. Also has this that maybe comes with it, I'm assuming. And then also it's got a zippered top up there to put some other stuff in as well. So a really nice bag if you are in his field. Going to the next picture, there's that smaller pouch opened up. He's got some different fittings and stuff like that in there. Also, he's got these field piece kind of color markers for some hoses. He's got those on that up there, it looks like. I noticed that whenever I was scrolling through just a second ago, but he's also got some on these longer hoses. You can kind of see the red back in there. There's a blue as well, so in case you needed to know that those were a thing. Next picture. So here is the outside of his TPLD. Again, that's a bag that I have picked up. I got that as part of the spring promotion last year. Still not running it yet. It's just one of those where I actually wanted to get the DP3 to try it. So I bought this bag as one that I was thinking about getting just to get the DP3. This is kind of going to be my, if I change out from the SBLD because I can't live without the flat, that's what I bought this for, to kind of take place of my TPLC because it's a hair bigger. I think it's going to work out pretty well. So this is a really good bag, and as I look at this, I'm glad to be able to see a loadout of it because it's going to help me envision how I might would put my tools on that. So that's the bag that he has here that we're taking a look at. Again, there's the outside of it, kind of looking at it. He does pull the tools out, so we'll see. Also, I guess I'll kind of zoom in on this background. There might be some stuff back there that you guys know exactly what that is, especially if you're in his field. It does look like he also has kind of built his own strap as far as the shoulder strap and stuff like that. So he's got that there. Some people might be interested in that, Joseph, so you might want to mention what that is in the comments. Here's a side view. So he's got a roller bit rail. Also, it looks like some sort of a temperature, outside temperature maybe is what it is. Probably some Nylog right there. Milwaukee Fastback. And then he's got a case that we're going to see what's in that in a minute. But also notice right here, he's got an American flag patch. If you look on the side of my bag, that's actually, I think, where the tape holder is. So I want to say he told me that he took the tape holder off because he didn't use it for anything, and in order to cover that up, he ended up putting that patch on there. So really nice look right there. I like the way that looks, so he's done that. We'll move on to the next picture. There's just an up close deal of the thermometer that he's got, showing that it is again 59 degrees. Next picture, there's what's inside that meter pouch that's on that side. He's got a fluke meter. I'm not sure, I can't read what that is up there at the very, very top. Actually, I don't think that's a part number. That's just something above the amperage that I thought was maybe a part number. So we might see what that is a little bit later. But in case we don't, Joseph, people might be curious what your meter is in the comments. We'll see if we see it. Here's the other side of the bag, the left side of the bag. He's got the Klein flip socket. Inside of probably, it looks like a Malco driver. I'm not sure. We'll see that in a minute. Also a parts bin from Milwaukee. Lufkin 8-foot tape measure, or maybe 8 foot, or I don't know if that's 8 foot, 8 meter. I haven't seen a Lufkin 8-foot one like that. That's interesting. I might want to look into that. That's a decent size. Also different tapes that he's got there. Electrical tape. Also looks like probably gas line type tape, and then also probably some Teflon tape. So he's got those there, along with the Klein probably ratcheting, the black version of that little ratchet. So he's got that as well. Next picture, here's a front view, and again, there you can see the TPLD. So that's for sure what bag that this is. And this is just kind of a looking at it with the flap kind of flip back type deal. We'll see in this picture the bird's eye view of looking down at those tools. Looks like he's got a Vessel electric screwdriver. Again, one of my favorite tools probably in the last several years, just bar none, that I use the most. And then also he's got pliers wrench. Looks like different types of things as far as for field piece, for him diagnosing things, all his probe type stuff and all those kinds of things. Also looks like a Vera screwdriver, impact ratchet stubby from Klein as well. But again, we will see these, but just to give you an idea of how this bag loads out, in case you've been interested in maybe picking up this bag, you can kind of see this and see how he's fitting his tools, especially if you're in the same trade. I think this is very helpful for that. So he's got that there. Next picture, we'll scroll on. There it is, empty. So there you can see, and again, these are V-swap panels, so you can totally empty out this whole middle section if you want to, like that front panel with those 3 loops right there. You could take that out if you want to put something bigger, or you can use that for some tools and put something bigger and take out this back panel. It's very versatile. You can really change it around quite a bit. It's a pretty nice bag. So here's all the tools out. So we'll go up here to the top, start from left to right. Looks like a pliers wrench. That one's probably a 7 1/4 based on the size of the screwdrivers and stuff. Then he's got a 10-inch version, or maybe even a 12-inch. I'm not sure if that's 10 or 12 that's next to it. It looks probably like 10 of the Cobras and the pliers wrench. Again, the Vessel electric screwdriver running a Malco 1/4 5/16. Vera screwdriver. That one's the one with the, I think you press the button on the top and the bits come out. Also running a 1/4 5/16. And then he's got the Klein 7-in-1, that new stubby, the ratcheting stubby that takes the connect stuff. So if you've got the pass-through sets, because he's actually got the pass-through adapter in his, along with a pass-through socket of some size. Looks like he's got that 11/32 size in there. So again, that's what that is right there. I can see the 32nd anyways. He's got the Klein ratchet out of that connect set as well. I don't know if that's I'm not sure if it looks like possibly a Milwaukee precision driver of some kind. I'm not sure. I've seen that one. And then again, he's got his field piece stuff up there. Again, that should tell you pretty much in a heartbeat almost what the trade is in a sense. And then he's got his own little customized Milwaukee Packout box with crimp connectors, wire nuts, the little fuses, and then also different sockets. It looks like he's kind of built into some sort of a foam type thing of his basically mod box set. He has taken and got out the sizes he's going to use the most, which that makes a lot of sense. You know, if you can buy a whole set of sockets, but you know in your trade and in, you know, what you do, like especially if you do something specific all the time, like I do a lot of different stuff, never know what I'm getting into, but I do also know whenever I'm going to a certain job, what size things I'm normally going to need. So if you do the same trade over and over again, you always run into the same 4 or 5 sizes. There's really no sense in you packing a whole entire set of sockets around. You can just take out those 4, build your own little kit like what he's done here, and he's got it in a same size thing with his crimp connectors, wire nuts, all those things. So that's probably pretty helpful. So he's done that there. He's also got some sort of his own little, I don't know, some sort of a knife looking thing. I'm not sure what he uses it for, but he's built that himself. Again, there's that Malco driver with the flip socket that's a little bit shorter that only holds 4. He's got that there. He looks like he picked up the Fujiya strippers. I have a video on those here recently. So he's picked those up along with the drill bit. Again, more probes and stuff like that from field piece. Or we go over here to the meter. I think I can possibly get to that. I still can't read that number, and I don't know which one that is off the top of my head. It gets a little bit blurry, but he does have the really good leads and stuff on it also from Fluke. So again, make sure and mention to us, Joseph, what meter you're running down below. I know some people will be interested in that. Or if you guys are watching this and you know, go ahead and drop that down. You might have that same meter. So he's also got, again, the fastback service wrench, the little Klein. I like that black version of it. I kind of want to pick that up, but I'm wanting to get that Milwaukee one that's got the little clip eventually, so I don't know if I will or not. Railer bit rail, and then also again an 8-foot Lufkin, and then a small pipe cutter right there as well, small tubing cutter. So there's the tools that are in his TPLD. Again, as a whole right there. We'll go on to the next picture. Here's just an up close look at that top. So he is running M12 drivers as far as his drill and impact, or those could possibly even be 2 impacts, I'm not sure. And then he's got his first aid kit there. Again, Milwaukee Packout, kind of built his own deal, has it labeled up. Really nice look right there. There's more up close. He's even changed out the handle, it looks like, with a 3D printed handle. So that's pretty nice. Next picture, let's see. So here's some Milwaukee Packout that we're looking at. I don't know if I saw those. Maybe those are underneath of this first aid, or maybe they're probably on the other side. Maybe we'll see here in a minute. I can't remember off the top of my head. But here's some of his general hardware that he uses, if that helps you in your guessing. So again, lots of little small fuses, 3s and 5s probably. Also has orange wire nuts, yellow, reds, browns, and then small blues. Lots of different self-tappers, probably it looks like, and then crimp connections. So that's what he's got in those packouts. Over here, we're looking at some different storage. So maybe those are those are deeper packouts. So those are the 2 that are up here on the top of these drawers. And then now we've got all these packout drawers. Really nice setup. And again, whenever I look at something like this, it makes me even more so say, oh man, I'd like to have a van whenever I look at this. Of course, I'm running my truck. It works out well for me. But I can see where a van would be super nice, just to be able to get in and all your stuff is in kind of one spot. So again, we'll go on. These are his Packout drawers. Looks like in here he's got a lot of different ductwork type tools, whether it's snips, crimping type tools, just different stuff to use for duct work and different things like that. He's even got some cutters over there on the other side, on the left-hand side. So lots of tools within his trade there. Next picture, this looks like it's his screwdriver drawer. Lots of Milwaukee in there, a few Kleins it looks like. Precision Klein back there. I also see a few insulated Milwaukees. A couple nut drivers over here on this side. So just a collection of different screwdrivers in case maybe he needs to get another one. Here's a little flexible deal that you can put into a screwdriver as well. That might be a Vera. I'm not sure. I've seen a Vera screwdriver that has that. So next picture, going on down another drawer, different fittings, also a blow-off tool for an air hose. Let's see what this, I think that possibly, I'm not real sure what that is. Let's see. I'm not sure what tool that is, but again, I don't do as much in what I know is probably his trade, so some of this stuff would be new to me. I kind of mostly just do maintenance within this stuff. Let's see, so there's just some other tools there. If you are in his trade, you probably know exactly what some of those are. Here we got, again, some different wrenches, different other specialty type tools. So again, these are ones where, these are the type of tools that if you are in his trade, this would be a good thing that might let you be able to guess more specific than what I can guess. Because again, I don't delve into what I'm assuming is his trade based upon what I'm seeing all that much as far as in certain categories of it. Again, I go do preventive maintenance stuff, sometimes service stuff, more times if it's only like an electrical problem within whatever it is. But some of you are seeing some of these tools, you might say, ooh, I know he does this in that field. So make sure if you see some of these things and you can say, I saw this and that lets me know he does this, drop that in the comments below. But, these are some of the things that he has. A couple flashlights up here, it looks like. Let's see, these are Craftsman, Husky, all sorts of different wrenches in there, carabiners right there. So he's got all those. Next picture, so here is a FLIR, looks like meter. I've never seen one of those before. He's also got a couple other meters down in there. A couple adjustable wrenches extra. Looks like those are probably his beater type adjustable wrenches, and probably a Cobra or something of some kind up there, like a channel lock type plier. It looks like I can see the head of it. Also a pry bar, a GS40 leak detector or leak seeker it says, general infrared thermometer, different things in there. It looks like this is kind of his meter drawer. Again, I don't know what any of the ones below those are, but that's what he's got in that drawer. Here's another drawer with scissors, Allen keys, different bits. Those are the either Klein bits or they're the bits out of the Railer bit rail. I'm not sure which one for sure. Again, more crimp connectors, some yellow jacket stuff, different fittings. all sorts of things in there. There's a few more different size sockets. So again, different things to hold sockets and impacts and stuff. And then different strippers and crimpers and different things over here as well, along with the scissors. Velcro up there in the top right, I think it is. So next picture, I think this was that top drawer. I might have accidentally thrown this in there twice, but I think this is also a little bit of a different view of it, so maybe not. It might be a different picture. So again, more snips, shears, duct bending, metal bending type tools, pipe cutting tools, things like that. And then let's see, here's another one. Hoses, regulators, all sorts of different things in that one. Again, all these point you in a direction, surely. See what we got in this drawer. Looks like similar stuff. I've got that tool. I can't think of what the name of it is, but basically takes CO2 cartridges, like what your old BB guns and stuff used to take, and you can clear out a condensate line with it. It works really well. I actually like that. I can't think of what the name of the one I have. I picked it up at Johnstone, but works really well. But he's got that tool there, along with, again, he's also looks like he's got some Testo equipment inside that middle drawer. Different more leads, some M12 batteries. That's a field piece something up there. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. So again, I'm not a big field piece person. Here is some more stuff. So he's got mod box cases. Looks like he's got a Wago box, different Milwaukee bits and stuff like that. DeWalt drill bits, all sorts of things. There's some bit holders probably out of the case that he's got in his bag right there. So lots of different bits and things like that they might would need, and along with some stuff from Yellow Jacket. Says gas pressure test kits, what that says on the top of that one. And then there's his name, so that's his last picture. So I'll go back through his Packout drawers real fast. Again, really nice setup to use these drawers like this. It's basically like giving you a toolbox within your truck, but it's very easily, if you need to do a big job or something like that, you know, he could easily take these out. If he's got to put some equipment and stuff in there just to take it to a job site, it's much easier to take Packout stuff out of your truck, in my opinion, or whatever brand, doesn't have to be Packout, than it is to take out, like if you put a large toolbox in your truck and did kind of the same thing. So that's kind of his setup there with the Packout drawers. You can see that right there. And then here is those top two. There's his first aid kit along with his drill and driver, or possibly, again, it could be two impacts. I'm not real sure what those are. There's the tools inside of his TPLD. There it is, empty, in case you're interested in what that bag looks like empty. Here's the bird's eye view. Now we've got the bag itself going around the outside of it, along with his meter and stuff like that. Really nice setup. Again, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in your homemade shoulder strap, Joseph. If you want to tell us either where you got that or how you made it, that would be interesting probably for a lot of people. There's the bag itself. There's that hose hauler. And again, we're going to get back to that first picture as if we just opened up the door to his van. These are, again, the things he probably grabs the most. But after you've looked at those tools, don't forget to guess what you think Joseph C. does with his tools, his TPLD, those things in his Packout drawers, his hose hauler, all those things to me sum up to it's definitely HVAC. I mean, I think that that's a no-brainer. Now, as far as what he does specifically in HVAC, that's probably the thing I do the least of. So some of you guys that are actually in that field, you might see some of those tools and say, I know exactly what line of work he does within HVAC, you know, whether it's commercial, residential, service, installs. He might very well do every bit of it. You know, that could be something that he does as well. But if you've got questions for him on tools, again, I'm interested probably in your shoulder strap. Also, you know, what was the meter number on that? I know some people will probably ask that, but if you've got questions for him about any of those tools, make sure and drop that down below, and then also take a guess at what it is you think he does with those tools. But I hope this video was interesting. I hope it's helpful in some way. You guys stay safe, have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.